help Americans adapt to the information age. So it teaches readers how to manage today's information overload by changing your thinking. That is true. There's too much overload of information these days. There's Facebook, and there's Twitter, and there's Instagram, and there's Periscope, and there's emails, and you just keep going right down the list.
It's the digital age. There's social media. There's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of things that are happening.
Lots of things. And so we'll kind of see if this guy can help us out here a little bit. Dr. John Gamble. He's a doctor, and he's a distinguished professor of political science. Oh, maybe get him to comment on some of the things politically that have been going on. I read somewhere on social media that last week, all the Supreme Court stuff was going on, and I think it was Mark Levin who had a note on there saying when the Supreme Court starts to review things judicially instead of politically, then the court will be proceeding again, because sometimes it gets to be a public opinion kind of thing. I realize a lot of people are happy about some of the outcomes of the Supreme Court and all this kind of stuff. But, I wonder if they're concerned about other things in the news, like this terror threat of ISIS on July 4th and this kind of stuff. I mean, we got to kind of look at all the news in perspective. A lot of stuff going out there. We have a lot of news to talk about, entertainment-wise, here on the show. There's going to be a lot of July 4th things. I know we broadcast from Hollywood, California, and here in Southern California. I believe, Paul, you mentioned there's been a lifting of the ban on fireworks.
Yeah, I know you're kind of a libertarian of sorts when you believe in less government intervention, that you think a more kind of, what do they call, laissez-faire kind of policy is the way to go. But the government, who had been involved in more recent years, it's kind of under the restriction, if you will, of these firecrackers, these fireworks. They've now taken a different type of approach, and they've actually rescinded some of these regulations.
Well, yeah, I think you said like the city of Anaheim, where Disneyland is housed. There's you can have fireworks now. Use them. I'm against all this because these people just don't know what they're doing. They blow off their hands. They start forest fires. It's going to be crazy. It's the same way in Fullerton, California, and California is in the worst drought in its recorded history. And what is that all about?
It's the summer season, the fire season, if you will. And all I can say is I would attribute this change in policy. And I kind of hate to say this, but business, somebody's business for business interest, they've been able to affect politics.
I don't know exactly what you just said.
I think for the sake of business, commerce, the exchange of funds.
So you say they removed the restrictions so they could have more business in the area and do more fireworks shows.
Exactly.
I think if they're legal, then people go out and blow them off in their backyard. And if it's a drought, things catch fire. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the 4th of July weekend fireworks-wise with the ban being lifted. Dogs are going to go berserk in Anaheim and Fullerton, California. Maybe in your area, too. I don't know if there's bans on in the particular city you live, but let the professionals fire them off at some kind of a beautiful outdoor park area would be nice. It's the PM show on CRN.
You'll get more floor for less money at Lumber Liquidators with incredible deals on over 400 beautiful full warranty floors from just 49 cents. This week at 5-inch wide pre-finished oak hardwood for under $1 and gorgeous click strand bamboo for $2.29. It's easy to install and 2 times harder than red oak. Plus save as much as 45% on high quality laminate and vinyl wood plank and get 12-month special financing. Get more floor for less money with unbelievable deals on top quality hardwood. Visit lumberliquidators.com today to find a store near you.
For all of you out there who've already signed up for Rite Aid's new Wellness Plus with Plenty card, we'd like to say thanks a million. Actually, thanks millions with an S. Because to date, Plenty members have earned millions of dollars worth of Plenty points, which can be used for savings at Rite Aid and certain Plenty partners. So get in, get your new card, and get online to finish signing up at Plenty.com. Then use your points for savings today with Wellness Plus with Plenty at Rite Aid. With us, it's personal. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at Plenty.com.
p.m. show, Monday edition, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Coming up on the show at the half hour, Dr. John Gamble is going to be here, the author of No Bull Information, a humorous, practical guide to help Americans adapt to the information age. We'll find out what that is all about. Let's see. We mentioned Orange County. We mentioned Fullerton and Anaheim removing the ban on fireworks. There's the OC is becoming a musical now. There's the news of a Full House musical, the TV show Full House. You were a fan of that, weren't you, Paul?
I believe so.
You like that show?
That's John Stamos, isn't it?
Yeah. There's news of a Full House musical, a Clueless musical, and now the OC, that show, is the latest TV show to get an onstage treatment. This is according to Variety. It's a teen drama. It originally ran, I guess, from 2003 to 2007. It was on Fox, and it's being turned into a musical in Los Angeles. The show is going to run, though, only one night. That's the sad news. Oh. On August 30th, the OC musical comes from the producers behind Cruel Intentions, the musical, with Jordan Ross directing and Lindsay Rosen producing. They've even set up a Twitter account to share updates on the special production. So far, the show is going to feature characters Seth Cohen, Luke Ward, Sandy Cohen, Kirsten Cohen. There's a lot of Cohens in this thing. And show creator Josh Schwartz. Any relation to Sherwood Schwartz, who did Gilligan's Island? You know the other show that Sherwood Schwartz did?
The Brady Bunch?
Yeah, big one. Yeah, so he had the whole family thing going there. I don't know if Josh's are related there at all. Anyway, so that's going to be something to be looking forward to if you're in Southern California. Bill Cosby's lawyer is in the news. Oh boy. A lawyer for Bill argued that unsealing court documents from a 2005 Pennsylvania sexual assault case filed against Bill Cosby would cause severe embarrassment. Court records are showing, they're saying. This attorney, George Cohen, asked in a motion that was filed in federal court last week to keep under seal records from the case brought about by Andrea Constand. And she alleged that Bill Cosby tricked her into consuming drugs before he sexually assaulted her.
I don't know if you can really do anything more to embarrass Bill Cosby than what's already occurred. I mean, I think it's pretty much all out in the open now. George
Gowan, the attorney, wrote that Mr. Cosby had explained in a previous filing that his embarrassment at the release of the discovery motions, the deposition excerpts about sex, money, health, marriage would be severe. So this Andrea Constand's case was settled for an undisclosed sum years ago, but the AP has asked the court to release the documents. Yeah. The wire service reported that George Gowan brought the arguments before the U.S. District Judge Eduardo Rubano on Friday. Now, here's my question. If you settle a case and the documents are to be sealed, what makes anybody, AP or anybody, think they can unseal those records if that's the deal between the two parties? What is it of anybody else's business? I mean, I know it's a free country. Everybody wants to know everything, but, take your social media and jam it. It's like if this thing has been paid for and settled and the documents, part of that is their sealing, how can you possibly reopen it? How can some idiotic judge go against what was the rule of the law and say, I'm going to unseal this case? It better be for a great reason.
Well, Dean, I don't want to disagree with you, but and not to disagree to disagree. But there are times when you're in like a court of law. I've been there myself. And you agree because you want the case to be over. And you certainly, sometimes it's a condition as part of you agreeing to the terms. You say, okay, under the terms, I will agree that everything gets sealed. But then after the fact, after you've been, let's say, after you win the case, then all of a sudden you feel that justice wasn't served.
Yeah, but you agreed. You gave your word, you agreed, so then justice is served. If you have a problem with it, you got to think about it before you say yes.
Well, that's a tough call.
That's my thing. It's a tough call, so you got to say no. I don't want these things. There may be something else that may be bothering me.
Then you shouldn't concede to the.
Correct.
You shouldn't make a deal. You shouldn't concede to the deal.
That's what I'm thinking. If you concede to the deal, you should live by the deal. Even if it's a terrible deal, you got to live by it.
Well, I kind of agree with that. I just don't like it when things are sealed and you want them to be out in the open, and you feel that for the betterment of everybody, it should be out in the open.
I believe in just if you got a law, enforce it. If gay marriage is the law of the land in all 50 states, enforce it. The Supreme Court has spoken. That is the law of the land. That's it. You know, anybody says, well, I don't think that should happen. It's too bad. It's the law of the land.
Get over it.
Get over it and move forward.
I agree.
If it's illegal to come into this country and work, and you are here illegally and you're supposed to be deported, then damn it, deport them. Oh, hold on a second, Mike. Wait a minute. Oh, Mike. Oh, why did you say that? Because it's the law of the land. I believe in the law. If you don't like it, change the law. Okay. Lobby your congressman. Change the law.
Sounds reasonable.
Is this politically incorrect? No. It's legal sounding intelligence. It's judicial review. If you get to a court, it's not about how you feel. It's not about how you thought. It's not about what you thought was right or wrong. It's about the facts of the case. Did you do this on that night? Yes. Okay, then you are going to get this and that. That's the way a judge should look at it in the court. All the court cases I've seen, that's the way it's always been. It's not about feelings. Well, I feel like I should get that because even though they did go to the store but they didn't pick up my Ritz crackers and I really needed them. Well, okay then. Let's say get you some Ritz crackers. No, you didn't tell me you wanted Ritz crackers. You're thrown out of court. It's that simple. It's just very plain and simple.
So the Bill Cosby case should be kept sealed.
Well, if it's sealed, it should be sealed. Now, if someone later on in life is murdered or something and there's some evidence in there and someone wants to unseal it for maybe a lawyer or somebody to look into it, yeah, but should the AP be able to go in there? For what reason? What, to sell newspapers? No. Come on. And that's why a judge gets in and says whether it can be released or not. Anyway, the AP reported that George Gowan, this attorney, brought the arguments before the U.S. District Judge on Friday. Gowan argued in his brief that Bill Cosby agreed to the settlement under terms that all discovery materials related to the case would remain confidential. He also contended that since Bill Cosby is not a public official and the information would not benefit public health or safety, there was no public interest in releasing the documents. Sorry, whether you think Bill Cosby is guilty or innocent, I agree with this guy, this lawyer.
Of course, now that we've spoken about it, it makes everybody think that there must be something that they're trying to hide.
They want to open up all the cases because now more than 40 women have accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault dating back to the 1960s. Well, fine. Let's say there's 10,000 people. Each case is a separate item, treated as a separate item. Go with it.
I don't think there's 10,000 people.
But you know what I'm saying. It's like, if the terms of the case are the terms of the case, that's it. Get over it. Move forward. Forget about it.
I do know what you were saying, though.
Thank you.
10,000 people.
I think I'm making great sense here today.
No, you're
must be this water.
You're like a commissioner.
Commissioner Horn. Court is in session.
Judge Pro Tem.
Court is in session. There you go. I call it that way.
You ought to get a gavel.
I have one somewhere from my days as Chamber of Commerce president after I was run out of town for my political views. No, I'm just kidding. It was this kind of great thinking like I just went through on the show here today.
The law. You're trying to uphold the law.
Got me relieved of my president of the Chamber of Commerce. After serving my 2 terms, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you that of the jury.
Who preceded you and who,
Obviously, my arguments are not very compelling because Tomas is staring in the opposite direction. I'm just looking at the back of his CRN hat. CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
Employees do best with goals they've shaped with their manager's guidance. Leadership expert Ken Blanchard.
If people don't know what you want them to accomplish, there's very little chance that they'll accomplish it. Set a goal that's observable and measurable that you both can observe and follow.
The goal setting begins with the manager asking this question: what do you want to accomplish?
Keep on asking them the questions about what would you like to accomplish. Keep on throwing the ball back to them so that they start to see that they can start to set their own goals and identify where there's problem areas. If somebody says, I want to accomplish this, say, well, how are you going to do that? If they say, well, I could do this, I could do A, the big question is, will what happened happen?
Keep asking for more ideas until a solution is found. Write it all down. Keep it to one page that just takes a minute to read. Ken Blanchard's book is The New 1 Minute Manager. I'm Aileen Ellis. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720.
PM show nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. 4th of July week. What are you doing for the 4th of July? You got any plans, Paul?
I got a pack of hot dogs. I hope I can say that. I got some beer. And I'm going to watch Robert Davi on PBS.
Robert Davi is doing what, the 4th of July fireworks spectacular?
That's exactly what he'll be doing.
Who else is with him?
I don't even know. I saw Robert Davi and I go, that's what I'm going to be.
Isn't, what's his name always on there from our buddy from CBS, Criminal Minds?
Oh, no, Joe Montana?
Yeah, is he doing it
No,
this year?
that's another program. That's not like the Memorial Day.
That's Memorial Day, you're right.
Yeah, no,
so Robert Davi does this one. Well, he's one of the villains from the old James Bond movies. You don't suppose he's going to, like, steal some gold bars or something? While he's hosting this.
Robert Davi is
know.
He's very patriotic. Very patriotic.
It looks on the surface. But what if his whole plan is to entertain us with a series of fireworks and great music from the nation's capital, while underground he's secretly cleaning out Fort Knox?
Some type of swindle?
I'm telling you, you should look into this.
I'll look into it, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Robert Davi's going to probably put on a very patriotic 4th of July presentation on PBS.
Sure, about Walmart, they refused to make a cake with the Confederate flag on it. Refused. But yet someone else ordered a cake with the ISIS flag on it, and they went ahead and approved that and made the cake.
That
shows you how stupid.
No,
that shows you how stupid people are in this country. I mean, I really am depressed sometimes with the utter ignorance and lack of education of most people in the country.
Well, we got Larry Elder. He was playing some cuts here on CRN Digital Talk. That he had some guy. They were doing like man on the street kind of stuff. But I don't know. Is Jimmy Kimmel the guy that does this kind of stuff? It's like a throwback to the days of, I guess, Steve Allen or something. But they were asking people do they support General Mills? And
that's Jimmy Kimmel does that.
It
couldn't be Jimmy Fallon because I think he broke his finger or something. He said he got his ring caught on a table or something. How do you get your? I don't believe it. How do you get your ring caught on a table and it almost rips your finger off? Makes me cringe, but I hope he's all right. He seems to be okay.
Okay, so it's Jimmy Kimmel that does the man on the street stuff, and Jimmy Fallon does other stuff. He gets his finger injured.
Yeah, he gets his finger injured, and then reports it takes a night off. Now, Donald Trump running for president, and the people at Univision got very upset, owned by NBC, and they canceled the Spanish version of his Miss Universe pageant. And he says, wait a second, you can't because I've got a 5-year deal with you. And they also posted, I think, Donald Trump's picture up as the man who inspired the guy that killed all the people in South Carolina or whatever. They made that reference there. I mean, that's terrible for anybody to make that as a joke or anything. It's like ridiculous. And so, anyway, Donald Trump, latest news now, he has banned Univision from his golf courses because they canceled, I guess it wasn't the Miss Universe, it was the Miss USA pageant. So Donald is so much doubling down on his opinions about Mexico. He told Us Weekly that he won't back down on his comments, including the ones about Mexico sending rapists and drug dealers to the United States. He said, quoting now, "There's nothing to apologize for. Everything that I said is correct." This guy, he's got him, I'm telling you. As a result of his comments, Univision announced Thursday that it would not air the Miss USA pageant, of which Donald Trump is co-owner. And as a result of that, Trump on Friday banned Univision employees from his Miami golf courses. Univision is headquartered in Miami. And according to the Sacramento Bee, the Donald wrote a letter to the Univision CEO informing him that, quoting now, "Under no circumstances is any officer or representative of Univision allowed to use Trump National Doral Miami, its golf courses, or any of its facilities," end of quote. And Univision has not publicly responded to the letter on Friday, though it did issue a memo to employees Thursday saying tea time has been canceled. No, I just made that up. Saying they should not stay at any of Trump's hotel properties while on business. So, and then today the big story was that Donald Trump's Celebrity Apprentice had been canceled by NBC. But you brought up, Paul, this is a good point, that this is just a kind of a mock story because if you're running for president, the show can't run on NBC, correct?
Yeah, you can't run and have a television show at the same time. I think that was one of the big stories. I think the last presidential election with what would become of the Celebrity Apprentice, because Donald Trump, if he's going to run for president, he can't continue it. And it was like...
It's too bad because they were scraping so low in the bottom of the barrel for celebrities that I thought you and I had a shot to get on the Celebrity Apprentice.
Do they have a group of celebrities currently?
I'm sure they had people ready to go, you know? They've had good people in the past. I love Celebrity Apprentice. It's the only reality show that I'll watch. It's great. I like to see them sort of bicker and get things done and see how they work together. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more entertainment news, plus our guest is going to be here. Dr. John Gamble is going to help us with the information age. Stay with us on CRN, the PM show.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson. Attention men who've taken Androgel or any other testosterone therapy products. Androgel or other low-T products have been linked to heart attack, stroke, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, even death. Scientific studies indicate that the use of testosterone therapy products may double a man's risk of heart attack. If you or a loved one took Androgel or a testosterone therapy product and suffered from a heart attack, stroke, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, or any other cardiac event, you might be entitled to financial compensation. You have rights, and you need to let us fight for your rights. And you pay no fees unless we win. So call the tort attorneys right now. 800-557-7921. 800-557-7921. That's 800-557-7921. Cases may be referred to participating law firms in your jurisdiction.
Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
They say life is about choices. So let me introduce you to one of the best choices you can make in life. Grainger Choice. The Grainger Choice product line has just about everything we need to keep this place running. From batteries to V-belts, safety to sump pumps, and with Grainger Choice, we can trust that every product is dependable and cost-effective. When it comes to making life choices, here's a great one. Grainger Choice. Get it? Got it? Good. Call clickgrainger.com/choice or stop by. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
Hi, this is Fred Dreyer. Join me and Michael Horn on the PM show Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on CRN Digital Talk. We talk about things in the sports world nobody else does. So listen in to me and Mike at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk. And go to crntalk.com for more information on other show times. And don't forget to take us with you by downloading the CRN app on the App Store.
PM show nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. On our show today, we have a guest, Dr. John Gamble. He is the author of No Bull Information, a humorous, practical guide to help Americans adapt to the information age. Welcome to the broadcast here, Dr. John Gamble.
Very nice to be here.
Good to have you with us. Let's talk about you a little bit. You're a distinguished professor of political science and international law at Penn State's, is it Barron College in Erie?
It's a college in Erie, northwestern part of Pennsylvania. Right.
What do you think politically about things going on in the country right now?
I think the election is a mess with so many candidates. I wish, of course, as I say in the book, the candidates would be more careful about what they do with information and with the claims and assertions they make, but we've got to get through this long political process. If I had my druthers, we'd do what the rest of the world has done for the most part, and that is
go communist.
The campaigns can't be any longer than 2 months. I don't see.
I agree with you on this. I agree with you.
Campaign.
I agree with you. There's like the campaigning starts like.
The guy gets the last election is over.
The guy gets reelected, and they got the next one. And I think that's largely in part due to the news media. News media really gets this thing going.
Media. It's due to the fact we're allowed to spend unlimited amount of money on politics that I don't think is fair either. It should be the vote and not the dollars that count most. But we've gotten ourselves into a mess, and it's hard to get out of.
Well, and you also, you've written, 100 publications? You won the Penn State's prestigious award for teaching, the Milton S. Eisenhower Award for distinguished teaching. So welcome to the show. Now let's talk about this book. Okay. This book is called No Bull Information, a humorous practical guide to help Americans adapt to the information age. Tell us about it.
Okay. I was just thinking before I phoned you, and this started about 36 years ago when I got my first Apple II Plus computer at home. And that was my introduction to the information age. And about the only thing it would do for me was I could write more easily and more quickly, could correct it on the screen, and that made some difference. But the way computers and how fast they are and how they're used has changed and exploded over the ensuing 35 or 36 years. And as a professor, I teach hundreds of students each year. I've taught thousands in the time I've been at Penn State. And I see in them on a first-hand basis every year what the information age is doing to them and the effect it's having on them. And the book is my attempt to try to point out to some of these things they're doing or they aren't doing. And then the book also is aimed at a broader audience to help a lot of millions of people, I hope, to identify and stop, not take seriously some of the great abuses of information that are going on all around us. It took me a long time to write it. I've been writing it for about 5 years. I've been thinking it, planning about it, testing it on my students for about 10 or 15 years. I have an idea, take it into the classroom, see whether it helps them to understand information, bring it back and test it again.
So it says no bull information, this book here, The Humorous Practical Guide to Help Americans Adapt to the Information Age. This is it teaching us to manage information, the overload that we get of this, and how do you change our thinking? How does the book change the way we think about information?
That's a very good, not an easy question, but a very good. First thing I do that's easier, there are some things you can look for. Warning signals for certain kinds of information that you can dismiss. You shouldn't pay attention to or take.
What are the warnings?
You can laugh at them if you want.
What's the warnings?
I'll give you some words first. There are a lot of words that lost their meaning in time. One example is common sense. If you have a politician who's running for office and says to you, I went home to my district over the weekend, and the people are clamoring for a common-sense solution to the health care problem. That doesn't tell you, what does common sense
It's all
mean?
double speak. They all double speak.
And a lot of times we take this. We listen to the candidate and say, oh, that's good. Sure, I'm in favor of everyone's in favor of common sense, but what does it mean? And we should require them to explain what it means. Another one that's really strange example in words, when you listen to people on your interview, frankly is one of the strangest words in the English language. Frankly has reversed its meaning entirely. If you have a person you're interviewing who says, well, quite frankly, I'm going to tell you the whole story, I think they're less likely to tell you the whole story than if they
just started telling you the story.
Frankly, at all.
Okay, so what do you think of a guy like Donald Trump that speaks his mind and then everybody goes berserk because he's not using all those words and terms? He's just telling you what he wants to do and what he's going to do.
I'm glad you asked me that. Some of the ideas that Mr. Trump has do address problems, show us the way the system isn't working. What Mr. Trump does that irritates me and frightens me, and he does this very often and very well, he states a premise that's inaccurate. And then he says, well, I don't believe it's true. But then he launches into a discussion of what would happen if the premise were accurate. People forget the premise is inaccurate. With the president's voting, with the president and his birth certificate, he made an issue out of that. If he would talk
But wait a minute, I saw that birth certificate on the Internet.
Yeah, I did. Well, you saw it in a lot of other forms.
That's
the
right.
only one they had in Hawaii, that's the problem. The states have different kinds of birth certificates. But that's the problem I have with Trump, with Mr. Trump.
All right, hang on here. We're going to take a little break here. Dr. John Gamble is with us, the author of No Bull Information, a humorous practical guide to help Americans adapt to the information age, especially during this political season. We'll throw a couple more candidates out and get his opinions on that, too. Where can we get the book, Dr. John Gamble?
You can get the book from almost every online source. Amazon, a search for No Bull Information.
We'll do that, and we'll be right back.
And now, a touching moment. Well, staying in touch with Geico.
Just the other night, as I gazed up into the sky, I saw a shooting star. In that moment, I made a wish that Geico would be available 24/7, by phone, on the web, or with the Geico app. After that, I realized my wish had already come true. So basically, I had just wasted a perfectly good wish. Then I started to think about dolphins and felt better right away.
Geico. Anywhere, anytime.
You'll get more floor for less money at Lumber Liquidators with incredible deals on over 400 beautiful full warranty floors from just 49 cents. This week at 5-inch wide pre-finished oak hardwood for under $1 and gorgeous split strand bamboo for $2.29. It's easy to install and 2 times harder than red oak. Plus save as much as 45% on high quality laminate and vinyl wood plank and get 12-month special financing. Get more floor for less money with unbelievable deals on top quality hardwood. Visit lumberliquidators.com today to find a store near you.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free and home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720.
It's the PM show nationwide, coast to coast. CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. That's Paul Stern. Our guest, the No Bull Information Man himself, Dr. John Gamble. He's the author of No Bull Information, a humorous practical guide to help Americans adapt in the information age. So we're talking with the doctor, and he is from Erie, Pennsylvania. And he has won distinguished awards, and we're trying to put this into. He's a teacher of political science. He's a distinguished professor of the political science and international law at the Penn State's Barron College in Erie. And so, while we're talking about this, we're getting into the politics of the season. So let's talk about our current president, Barack Obama. He's always wants to be sure. Every time I hear him talk, I say, "Let me be sure," and then he never says. He wants to be sure, but I never hear an answer about what he's wanted to be sure about.
That's a tough one, because a lot of the issues that he's dealing with haven't got quick, clear answers. Sometimes I think he takes too long to try to find the best answer, but in general, I'm in favor of a deliberate approach to the tough decisions, which I think he does.
But here's the thing. What I'm saying is like, let's take an example of, Benghazi. When that all happened, he wanted to be sure that we knew what goes on. To this day, don't know what went on. No one's ever come back out. I've never heard the report. I've never seen this. The president's never said, well, now we can be sure. Here's what happened. I think if he did that, he would have the respect and the admiration of every citizen of the country.
But in some of these complex places in the world, it's hard to get complete and accurate information.
I find that total BS. I think that, if he says he's going to find out what happened, someone knows what happened. And that's the problem. That's why people, I think, are disenchanted with politics and political figures.
I think they are up to a point, but you have to you don't have to do anything, but you should realize about politics and the issues that are dealt with. A lot of times answers are not as clear and concise and direct as we would like them to be. Yeah, that's one of the things I confront in the book.
But Dr. John Gamble, if he says, let's be sure so we can get an answer, that tells me as the listener of that, this man is going to investigate and we're going to find out what's sure. I never hear the other side of that investigation. It's like the guy that does the chase on the freeway, and we all watch it, and then no one ever knows. Did he get 9 to 10 years of life? Did he get off in 6 months? Did he pick up trash on the freeway? No one ever knows what happened to him. And I think if we knew that, I think we'd have a much more efficient society and people that trusted in the government.
But a part of the problem is we don't have an attention span that is long enough anymore to follow up on it. That's one of the issues I deal with in the book. A lot of people, especially I have students who are so oriented toward a text message or using their cell phone or getting something that's quick and instant that if it takes more than a minute to explain stuff, it's hard to get them to sit still and understand that.
No, I get that. I get that point. I'm just saying, if the leader says we're going to be sure we're going to get a full report, and then you don't get that report, that's, I think, where the President Obama's problems have come from, is people don't trust in him. They don't ever hear the end of it. What about Hillary Clinton?
What about Hillary Clinton?
Well, we're talking about information age. I gave you Donald Trump. I gave you some names of things. So we're just kind of going down a list of names here. I mean, what are her problems in getting the message out?
I think the problem with her in getting the message out is she's too careful and too guarded. I would like to see a more candid, less carefully packaged message from her. She also, if you look at the information that she did not provide by having a separate account for emails when she worked for the State Department as Secretary of State, I don't think she should have been allowed to do that. I don't think she should have done that. But we have all of these candidates, or most of them, are so careful about telling us exactly the things that the focus groups have said will get them elected. I think instead we ought to demand a simpler and more direct and more candid response to the questions.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that if you got
Sanders does it. Bernie Sanders does a pretty good. He's more direct than any of the other candidates.
I agree with you. I agree. I think on the Democratic side, that's the guy that kind of says his stuff. I think Trump, whether you like it or not, but you made a good point that maybe he doesn't set the scenario up quite right. Because I don't know if this is true, but here's how I would solve it. That may be a cause to go with. I think that once again we're going to be bored with this. By the time the election comes around, they're going to have 9 million candidates to get together, 16 candidates, and they're going to have all these big confabs and debates, and they're going to tear each other apart. And by the time the election comes up, nobody's going to care and nobody's going to show up and vote.
And so the process is flawed, if not completely broken. Takes a lot of political will to change it, because those in office now got there according to the present system. So are they going to change it? That's the problem.
I, for one, will get this book, Dr. John Gamble. I think it's good. It makes you think. The book is called No Bull Information, a humorous, practical guide to help Americans adapt to the information age. And you say it's available at bookstores, and it's available online, Amazon.com, everywhere?
Amazon has it in a couple different versions. Tried to keep it as cheap as possible.
We like that. Dr. John Gamble, noted professor, and against Gamble, and the book is called No Bull Information. And so the book has been out how long?
About 6 months.
6 months. Good response to it so far?
Not as good as I'd like, but improving.
We'll turn that around because, frankly, I think we did a pretty good interview. Quite frankly.
No, you've got to go for growth.
Quite frankly. Thank you, Dr. John Gamble. No Bull Information. Get the book here. We'll be back on CRN.
I enjoyed it. Bye-bye.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
PM show nationwide, coast to coast on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn along with Paul Stern. Good news, Joni Mitchell is speaking well and getting better each day, so says the conservator. She seems to be on the road to recovery. Her conservator, Leslie Morris, released a statement through Joni Mitchell's website yesterday, noting that Joni's health is improving after having an aneurysm. That's tough stuff. And then the quote is that Joni did in fact suffer an aneurysm. However, details that have emerged in the past few days are mostly speculative. The truth is that Joni is speaking. She's speaking well. She's not walking yet, but she will be in the near future as she is undergoing daily therapy. She's resting comfortably in her home, and she's getting better each day. A full recovery is expected. That is very good news. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, they had her pretty much written off for a little bit, so there you go.
Yeah. Now, Kate Hudson's dad, her mom is Goldie Hawn, correct? And Kate Hudson's dad, Oliver Hudson, tweeted a childhood photo of him and his sister Kate with their father Bill Hudson and the caption said, "Happy Abandonment Day."
Oh my God!
Now Oliver Hudson is he? Oh wait a minute. Oliver Hudson's the guy on Nashville, I believe. Is he? No, that's I'm sorry. Oliver Hudson's not on Nashville. That's Kurt Russell's kid. Kurt Russell.
Wasn't Goldie Hawn married to one of the Hudson brothers? There was a TV show I remember, like in the 70s.
Bill Hudson. So Oliver Hudson is the kid. He tweeted a childhood photo of he and his sister Kate Hudson with their father Bill Hudson, and the caption said, "Happy Abandonment Day." Apparently Oliver is well, wait a second. You're right. The father, 65-year-old musician, is known as a member of the Hudson Brothers.
The Hudson?
Yeah, the Hudson Brothers.
I don't think they
70s.
had any hits. They didn't have any hits or anything, did they? What like
no, but they had some good automobiles.
No. It was like a novelty band. I mean, I can't remember if they even got airplay, did they?
I don't know.
The Hudson Brothers.
Yeah. But he told a British publication, The Mail, he said, quoting, "Now, I say to them now, I set you free. I had 5 birth children, but I now consider myself a father of 3. I no longer recognize Oliver and Kate as my own."
Oh, my God.
Wow. This is strong stuff here. Hudson also says he wants them to change their name.
Oh,
He's losing it here. I would ask them to stop using the Hudson name, he says. They are no longer part of my life. Oliver's Instagram post was a malicious, vicious, premeditated attack. Wow. He is dead to me now, as is Kate. I am mourning their loss, even though they are still walking this earth. What is wrong? What happened? This abandoning. He's abandoning them for saying that he abandoned them. That's serious stuff going on right there.
We need Dr. Gamble. Was it Gamble? We need Dr. Gamble to help us out
with
this one.
Let's get him back here. Dr. Gamble could be Dr. John Gamble, I guess. Anyway, Hudson accused, Bill Hudson now, the father, accused his ex-wife Goldie Hawn of poisoning the pair's opinion of him. He said he tried to be part of their lives as they grew up. Quoting Nye says, I believe the drip, drip, drip of poison, which started when they were kids, finally took hold.
How could he say anything bad about Goldie Hawn?
Goldie wanted to create this myth of a perfect family with Kurt Russell, and she wanted me out. She gave interviews about her wonderful relationship with Kurt and how the kids called him Pa. Well, she described me as an absent father. I'd call her and go, Goldie, how can you say that? But now she just replies, it's a better story. Anyway, Kate and Oliver both acknowledge Russell as their father on Father's Day, Kurt Russell, and he doesn't want to see any of his eldest children ever again. That's a sad way to end this show.
So I used to work at a restaurant when I was in high school, and I was a busboy, and Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell used to come there and eat, and they did look like a perfect couple.
I think it is Oliver Hudson that's on Nashville. He plays the that devious agent that's hooked up with Lila, the singer. I think he is on there. He's a very good actor. He holds that pretty well. The whole family's a good acting family.
Let's put this story aside and maybe revisit it.
Yeah, this is a good one. We're not going to let this one drop. It's probably the best story of the show today. And Bristol Palin says this pregnancy was planned and she doesn't regret it. She's pregnant again. Congratulations to the Palin family. I'm Michael Horn for Paul Stern, for Tomas, for our executive producer Courtney Cadera. Have a great Monday.
Which is most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio's 6 channels of high-definition radio, you can now hear all of your favorite hosts like you've never heard them before in CRN HD. The difference is amazing. Catch your favorite political hosts like Dennis Prager, Tom Hartman, Barry Farber, and so many more. Entertainment and lifestyle programming like the Robert